I'm ready to watch the credits. And I'm excited because this is also something that is very new. Oh man, this is exciting. Let's get a load of this Pokedex. There's Bulbasaur, Franklin and French Toast, a coffee lover, and never sleeps. We'll get our viewer decks in here too.
Yep.
We evolved our Ivysaurs and Venusaurs, my favorite Pokemon. Crane wears 2 eye patches, but still gets around just fine. Nickname is the origin of the hot tub in the Pokeball, which again is just such a good art prompt. Such a good art prompt. Darlene, the talk show host. No problem, no problem.
An old shoe.
I loved getting a chance to see different folks drawing the entire Squirtle evolution doing singing. It's one of my favorite art prompts. I really enjoyed seeing that.
I forgot about shovelware.
Aw, he's been busy collecting trash, Mal. That's what he's been doing. Oh yeah, Goat loves Family Guy. And then of course we evolved to get Butterfree.
Beans was a staple early on.
Beans was a staple. Mm-hmm. Some of these Pokemon are staple Pokemon. Beans is a staple Pokemon. You evolved yours? Psh, I caught Liquid Egg. I let Liquid Egg become a Beedrill. Oh, Bob Gym. I used Bob Gym for a bit. Bob Gym certainly got some playtime.
Yeah.
Definitely got some playtime. And we evolved our Pidgeotos and Pidgeots. Oh man, Kirby and Fizz. That's right, Fizz was a dressmaker. The Raticates we also caught.
Yeah.
An aspiring roofer. I did not remember that one. Oh my god, Dale! Oh, Dale. Dale and his disproportionately large eyes. Himbo. That was another really good prompt, getting stuck in Pringles cans. Some of these prompts were extremely good. We had quite a bit of art for Bassoon graduating school, which I really like to see. Jithers, of course, was my starter. Yours was named Thunderdump, that's right. It's a good name. Oh yeah, and I had Bruiser. That was right at the end too. That was one that was like pretty close to the end. There's Sandshrew.
Ike.
Yeah, and I used Ike for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Not long, but a little bit I did.
There's Walnut.
Aw. Hey, Walnut. The Grinch wearing a bowler hat. Fluffy hoards Dr. Pepper cans. I didn't get Nidoqueen until I think right at the end.
September 9th.
Motion Dan!
Dan!
It was actually one of my favorite parts of the Let's Play where Dan cut in him screaming and kicking. It was great. Pocket Sand. Oh yeah, Cliffhanger. Made of Glass. Muffy and Mithra. And then of course, Mal just straight up caught a Clefable. Yep.
Is a superhero.
You caught that in the first month that we were playing, and you used Beyonce Pie the entire playthrough. Loved that. 7 only wears the color green. And Florence. Florence ultimately became kind of your other Pokemon. Because you traded Florence away, yeah. Mom is a bard? We got the Wigglytuff through evolution.
My mom would be a bard if we played D&D.
That's fair. Poppy only eats Go-Gurts. Luigi Mario works at the DMV. Oh, Cash Money. I remember Cash Money. There's Oddish. I remember all of the drawings of Cinder and Karen specifically. Yep. There was quite a bit of those, which was really nice. Summer's just trying to find a job. Steven holds a rose in its mouth romantically. Oh man, Parass. Very excited. There was quite a few arts of both of those, Leanna and Marassi.
Yeah.
What do we got for Venonat? Oh yeah, Ingress. We got to see some sticker arts and toots.
Curly fries.
And the game store. I remember there was game store owner art that incorporated Roland, which was nice. Who's excited? You caught a Doug Trio really early on, and I didn't get it till the end of the game.
You had to evolve it.
Yeah, it took me a little while. I got there. It was fine. Banana Man is constantly shedding. Blue's Clues enjoys bubble baths. Some of them are flipped. Some of them I got early on, and it took you a long time to get there. Oh, we had a lot of art of Psyduck. Both of ours. Little wiggle buns.
There's Aiden.
Aiden always has a guitar but can't play it. I think that's why Mankey and Rhymape are so mad.
Yeah.
They're walking around with these and they're just furious about it. Oh man, Growlithe evolves into Big Dog. And mine was evolved. We both got that back in February.
Yep.
Oh man, Peeta's a stuffed toy.
I loved Poliwag.
And Poliwhirl, Aloha, had no eyes. That one also was popular. And then, of course, we just force-fed a water stone into Poliwhirl's mouth, and we're like, okay, that's done. Abra. Elgato, the old wise sea captain. I was actually wondering at the beginning if I was going to be using Alakazam, but I made the decision to not. Specifically,
because it is one that you used a lot.
Yeah. But I do like Alakazam. Power Outage lives in Paris. Oh, Combo Larry. And Ham, actually, too. The art for both of those was really fantastic. Artists did a really great job. Oh, my goodness. Grog and Lord Broski. It's just wild, because some of these are like... It was a while ago. It was a long time ago. Aye, sir. Tentacool. Donut and Giving Up. Tentacruel was always freaking me out throughout the entire Let's Play because they chase you. That Tentacruel has thumbs.
Likes the nightlife, baby.
Geodude, who is stuck in a tree and cannot get down?
Can't they fly?
It's complicated. It's very complicated. I don't think it counts as flying necessarily.
Hovering.
Hovering, yeah. It's me. I have too many eyes. Somebody help me. Ludwig is amazing at DDR. Yeah, because you can just stand on each one. You just stomp. You don't even have to move around. Oh man, Bill Gates, the robot Slowpoke. And Gatsby, the accordion playing Slowbro. There's Mario and Furby. Oop, shoot.
His old.
Oh crap, I let my Magneton get old. Better get another one. Friend is a priest? Yak wears the shorts? I love the question mark inclusions on some of these. Lilith and Bartholomew.
Samus.
My name is Crab and I just like building miniature houses for spiders. It's just what I do, okay? Yeah, I was gonna say Dugong is a fairly late one because it's late in the game before you actually get to see them. I would
square.
I like the idea of letting Grimer drive a hearse. I really do. Muck loves refrigerators. Shoney's is a real Canadian. There's Shelter. Oh yeah, you had to. I caught a Cloyster.
I had to.
And you looked around and you just could not manage to find one. We had a lot of art of the Ghastly wearing a beanie, which I really liked. Screamy had a lot of art, but also Screamy became a very important member of my team. Yeah. Back in March, I needed Screamy. There was a part of me that thought about using Onyx just because I think Onyx is a cool looking Pokemon. Oh man, the cardboard cutout art we had of Drowsy was great too. Yeah. I really loved seeing that. Hey, I'm Apple Juice, I'm a construction worker.
You need a snip?
Very useful in construction working. Filthy Broccoli Kingler. Frank playing the tuba. Terry, of course, made of Legos, which doesn't roll very smoothly. Snortle and Fat Goofy is melting. Someone help him. Oh, there was so much good art of Yo-Yo. The executing the swimsuit model was so good. Absolutely loved it. Oh, Shrimp. I like the idea of Cubone having a lightsaber because you literally just replace the bone. You just replace the bone. Debbie's arms and legs are switched provided me some of the best art I've seen. It was great. Oh yeah, I forgot the Hitmonchan was named 8675309. Phil Collins is a great name for a Lickitung, as is Peanut. Very different ends of the spectrum there. Advertising clicks records, and John has a human nose. There was good human nose art of coughing. I really, really loved that. Houseplant, and Sugar. Rhyhorn really regrets going to clown school.
Rhydon is just not Pikachu.
I've tried to tell everyone I'm not Pikachu. I don't know why they keep getting us confused. Wait, no. I ended up getting Wait No up to level 50.
Yeah.
Big Dog. Oh my god, Tangalus Big Dog. That's Arcanine. There's Kangaskhan. Trisket loves ugly Christmas sweaters. Oh man, Poker Face Horsey. Oh yeah, Wario has a knife. Oh, for a while, a lot of Pokemon were really sweaty, and I'm not really sure what that was about.
There's a couple that are sweaty.
A lot of them were very, very sweaty for some reason. The Raleigh Can Ice Skate is great. I loved that one.
I liked Autumn's quirk.
Yeah, getting a chance to see like neon Pokemon art
Yeah.
was just really cool. I really enjoyed that.
Oh yeah, Skipper was from Wisconsin. I forgot.
Glurp's whole thing was that he's a huge fan of the Mudcrabs. Thank you, Glurp. I enjoyed seeing the orb Scythers.
Yeah.
That was good. Hey, you. You fly this plane. Onion Soup and Max. Fruit Loop and Ranch. You don't see Electabuzz and Magmar very much in the game. You see a little of them, and then that's kind of it. Same thing with Pinsir. You don't see Pinsir and Scyther barely at all. But I enjoyed the Picasso and the extra horn, both of them for Pinsir. That was good. Icy Hot carries two different purses.
Son, I love you.
Shiny Sock. God, Gyarados really carried the game.
Yeah.
Like, Gyarados using Waterfall carried the entire game. Getting stab on physical attack. Society is always confused. Yeah.
There's Little Dog.
Oh, Dog.
Regular Dog.
It's Dog. Has a gold tooth and connected eyebrows. I love it. You had Beatrice. I had Milk.
Ryan Gosling.
Santa has laser eyes. That's actually true fact. That's actually a Santa fact for all the kids watching.
The Doctor and Big Mama.
It's my favorite married pair, the Doctor and Big Mama. Palindrome and Crunchwrap. Crunchwrap is a good name for a Pokemon. Pears owns a car, but doesn't need it. Omanite, Mike is a bodybuilder. Oh yeah, we had to do a bunch of trades for the fossils in order to actually get them. There's Kabuto. Honeydew had massive anime eyes, leading to incredible art with Kabutops.
Yep.
Loved seeing that, because Kabutops is a scary, maybe the scariest Pokemon? I think might be one of the scariest of the 150.
With blades for hands.
Izumami or his little tongue. Montana, that was the name of yours, Montana?
Yeah.
Caramel Case and Windows 98. We're getting to the birds now. Pudding and Holy Smokes. Tiny and Lamb Chop is cute.
Yeah.
Hot Rod is the best name of all the birds. Hot Rod from Moltres is great. I love it. There's Merlin and Neanderthal. And I do remember screaming and crying over But Why. Now just evolved Dratini.
Yeah.
And then we both got really lucky on the same night, catching Dragonite just in the air. You dab on those buses, Dragonite.
Mewtwo.
Invalidate. You did not catch
I thought
Mew.
about, because I know Tom has one, I thought about asking Tom.
Oh,
Oh,
let's check out the viewer Pokedex.
there we go.
There we go.
It's interesting to see the dates, I think.
It
Because
is-
some of them were random, some of them people were like, no, I really like
So the viewer
for it.
the viewer dex is really interesting, and the reason it's so interesting is because people had the ability to specifically choose a Pokemon.
Yeah.
But also, they could have very easily gotten the Pokemon completely at random, which is, a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
So some of these are going to be folks that, they're just throwing in for a random Pokemon and seeing what comes out, and they might wind up with something that they love or that they don't love, and then other folks have actually very specifically, and even early on, especially if you look at some of these, because the first episode, the first stream was January 14th. And there was a lot of folks that, like, right at the beginning wanted to, like, claim their Pokemon, their favorite. So a lot of these January 14th ones were folks getting, like, very specific Pokemons, ones that they really wanted. But it's incredible that the viewer dex was completed. Every single Pokemon,
All 898.
all 898 Pokemon are accounted for. They were all caught.
I like Stantler. This one, right here. This one.
It's a reindeer Pokemon.
I know. I like it.
Yeah. I think the interesting thing is, like, some of these like the later ones, there's definitely ones where I have no idea, but these, like the Gen 2 ones, like when I look at their pictures, I do actually recognize a lot of them.
Yeah, I
like,
recognize a lot of them too, but I don't know them as well.
Yeah, and like when we start getting into Gen 3, like I had these games. I bought Ruby and Sapphire on launch, both of them. So like I played these games, but then it starts getting really. I'm like, okay, I recognize Zigzagoon, I recognize Wurmple, Ludicolo, and like I don't remember him from the games, but like some of these are ring a bell, and then other ones it's like it's too far gone. It's which is weird because I think I remember Gold and Silver better than Ruby and Sapphire, and I would have played Ruby and Sapphire more recently.
They're skitty.
Although I guess I did play Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Maybe that's why. I played a lot of Pokemon. I know that when people watch the streams and when people watch the streams and they watch the Let's Plays, they're probably convinced that I must not have played much Pokemon because I cannot recall all of the types. But you gotta remember, that's like, there's so many things to know in Pokemon. It's really difficult. I remember Numel and Camerupt. I remember very specifically fighting those in the games. So like I have vague, very specific memories of being younger and playing these games and fighting very specific Pokemon. Like I remember fighting Solrock. I remember some of these. And I remember Emil exposing me to Cradilly. I don't think I had ever seen that one before.
I hadn't.
And now, unfortunately, I can never unsee it, and I see it sometimes.
I know this one from Unite.
Well, yeah, that's another thing, is that some of the late ones...
Smash and Unite.
Yeah,
where
Smash,
I know a lot
Smash
of the
and
other
Unite.
ones. Mm-hmm.
And like for folks that are like super, super huge fans of the Pokemon series that play them all when they come out, because I was doing that up until I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Yeah. I think those were the last ones where that was where I like kept up with it. After that, we picked up X and Y, and like that was it.
Tim got Infernape.
Oh, that's nice. And like even now, I'm like, where did X and Y begin? Will I recognize the starters of X and Y?
I would.
I think I would.
Watch, they already passed and I wasn't paying attention.
No. There's almost 900 Pokemon, and X and Y are definitely past the halfway mark. Definitely past the halfway mark. But these Pokemon here, we're definitely to the point where like I don't recognize them. I assume that we're looking at stuff. I'm assuming that we're looking at stuff now that is from Black and White. That's my assumption, because I don't recognize. Like I only know them. I only know them from pop culture. This is Diamond and Pearl. Oh God, I bought that on release. That's gone. I do not remember Diamond and Pearl. I didn't buy both of those. I had always, from the time I was a kid, I always bought both Pokemon games, and then I bought like Yellow when it came out. But Diamond and Pearl was the first time that I only bought one Pokemon game. I bought
Diamond.
Pearl.
Oh.
I bought Pearl. But I don't remember the Pokemon very well. So I think it's because I put I remember very vividly putting so much time into Red and catching them all and being like, I did it, oh my God, I did it. And then they were like, now there's more. And I was like, what? But I did it. This is a good series. Okay, some of these are, okay,
Palkia.
Yeah, that's legendary.
Yeah.
So we are now getting ready to
Arceus.
To swap over. So Snivy is Black and White. Tepig and Oshawott, these are Black and White.
Yes.
And again, like I know these Pokemon from video game pop culture, but I did not play Black and White. Although again, Emil has told me that of all of the Pokemon games, that's probably the one I'd enjoy the most because it's completely new Pokemon. It's completely new things. And like I'm looking at all of these and like I don't...
Like I know Arduino of it. I don't know anything about it.
That's because you killed it in Pokemon Unite.
Yeah.
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 That's from here on out, because until we get to X and Y. X and Y is next? X and Y is Gen 6? Right? I think that's right. Actually, that's interesting. If X and Y is truly... Man, that's really weird. That means that I just skipped Black and White.
Yeah, you
Because
did.
that's really strange. I don't know why I skipped Black and White, because I had bought and played all the Pokemon games up to that point. And I at bare minimum at least beat like the Elite Four in these games. But then I just completely skipped Black and White.
There's vanilla.
There's those vanilla cones. It's just kind of, I don't know, that's just kind of strange. I don't know why I did that, because we picked up X and Y.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. Oh, there was also Black 2 and White 2. That's right. I'm assuming, I don't know this, because I don't know enough about the later gen Pokemon. I'm assuming they introduced even more Pokemon in Black 2 and White 2. Right? Because it's a Pokemon game.
They had to have.
They had to have, right? That's the rules. You gotta like...
There have to be some new ones.
Yeah, even if you're gonna make a direct sequel, like you gotta... They didn't?
Oh, wow.
That is not what I was expecting. Really?
Just new forms?
Just new forms. Okay. Huh. It must have been very much about the story, and people were willing to, you know, go into the story. Okay. Neat. I didn't know that. I thought for sure. That means that there's a Pokemon that there's no new... That's wild. That's super wild. So now we're into Chespin, and Fennekin, and Froakie, and those are from X and Y.
Yes.
I remember. Now I'm like super curious how much of the X and Y once I do remember... I don't remember Litleo, but I remember Pyroar.
I remember
vaguely.
Litleo.
God,
I love Esper. It's like a sad Victorian child.
Yeah, these ones aren't actually ringing a bell. Definitely played X. Well, although we didn't finish X and Y.
No, we didn't.
We didn't. We were playing it at a very slow pace of a little bit at a time. Oh, I do. I recognize the Danny and Goomy, but some of these I'm not sure that I recognize.
Klefki.
I don't think I recognize them from playing X and Y. I think I recognize them from other things. And we're already to the legendaries? Oh, that went by fast. I remember around the time we stopped playing X and Y, I was in a field and I was just trying to catch all the Pokemon there, but I don't remember all of them. And now we're into Rowlet and Incineroar and Popplio. And of course, I probably, like a lot of people that haven't followed Pokemon super, super closely in recent years, recognize Incineroar mostly from Smash. Which, you know, he's fun to play as.
What about the spider? Do you recognize the spider?
I think that's an enemy in Pikmin. I'm pretty sure they just took one of the Pikmin enemies and they're like, no one will know.
And there's ones I recognize, like Comfy from,
Snap.
that photo game.
That's another game that I really want to get back to.
Yeah.
I love Pokemon Snap. I don't have to know the Pokemon or their origins to enjoy the game. Like, it's just a fun photography game, and I really want to get back and play more Snap. Snap was really fun. Oh, there's Jangmo-O and Hakamo-O and Como-O. Cosmog. Some of these are really good names. And again, some of these I've seen because they're on box art and things like that. Oh yeah,
Poiple.
Guzzlord. Huh?
Poiple.
It's Poiple. Good old Poiple and Stackata-Kakata-Kakata. There's Meltan. Meltan is in Pokemon Let's Go. Meltan is in this game. We did not catch him.
There's Greedent.
That's fine. We are coming up on, you know, this is the last little bit of them. And there were actually more Pokemon added even after this, right?
Yeah, there's a few more from.
There's a few more.
Arceus.
Yeah, something. Because this list goes up to 898, which was the amount of Pokemon there were when we started the streams, but there were new Pokemon added from Arceus. So we don't have those in here, obviously. No. But for a while, we didn't want to even add them because, like, it was spoilers, right? Because not everyone had played it, so we just stuck with the 898. Yeah, everything came out right before Arceus.
Ice Cube.
God. There's Snob. Some of them I recognize because Emil was showing me. But mostly Cradily. Mostly...
There's some I recognize from Haley showing me some things.
Oh, yeah, because Haley keeps up with the Pokemon games and plays all the Pokemon games. Yeah. There we go. 898. But wait, there's more. There were shinies. Who caught these shinies? I'm really curious if there's any, like, complete shiny lines. It got really close on the Charmanders. Obviously, there's going to be less.
I love shiny Psyduck.
Yeah. Some of the shiny designs are just really, really good.
Shiny Gyarados is good.
Ice coughing. Yeah, shiny Gyarados is good. Manja got 2 of the birds. Didn't get shiny Articuno, but still. And Mewtwo, really impressive. Sudowoodo's cool because it's
like
like the cherry blossoms almost. That's really neat. Porygon.
Shiny Mudkip. Was that from Mudkip Day?
Yeah, which was the first stream. The first stream, there was a lot of Mudkip love that was happening. Also got shiny Swampert then too. Vespiquen, Lopunny. Stunky. It's me, Stunky. Shiny Snivy. Excadrill, which you take for headaches.
Yeah. I could use some.
Are they gonna add? They should add shiny skins to Pokemon Unite. That seems almost too obvious. Have they done that yet? That seems like a really smart idea.
I haven't played in a long time.
They should. That seems like something that they should do.
I like shiny Rowlet.
Yeah. Shiinotic.
Noah said they should.
They should. That makes a lot of sense. Shiny Shrimp. And Phalanx. There was actually a lot of shinies there. We also have a special thanks section. Jugga Conroy for doing our episode 1 narration, calling back to the narration we had him do 10 years ago. Dan for editing the YouTube version of this and honestly doing a hella good job.
Yeah.
It's really good, a nice little succinct version. Chaz for being the code wizard and making sure that all of the things work for 21 different Pokemon streams. Our list of mods who also ran all of the art and made sure that the art was showing up when everyone sent it in for crunch art. Speaking of, all the artists who made an incredible amount of art throughout the entirety of this series.
An incredible amount and incredible art.
Name and Quirks, y'all made some good names.
Yeah.
Some very, very good names, and it led to some really incredible art. Hey, that's us.
Yeah.
You put your cups on me if you want to lose. Typically, not all the time. And you. Thank you for watching. This has been a very, very fun experience. This has been, without a shadow of a doubt, our most complicated Twitch playthrough by a long shot.
Yeah.
And you know what? It was fun. And it was a good, like, proof of concept of, like, look what we can do. We can do the cool things. So anyway, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for joining us for an amazing adventure. We'll do Pokemon at some point again in the future.
Some point.
We'll come back to it. And in the meantime, I hope that this series has been special to you in the same way that many of you experienced the specialness of the first series 10 years ago. We have a lot of people who are still around, and it's been 10 years, and I appreciate that so much. But for all of the fun that we had doing that series 10 years ago, man, we had an even bigger blast doing this. Yeah. This was great.
This was a lot of fun.
This was so much fun. Okay, there's nothing left to say.
Not about this.
Thanks for watching.